It's the ISPS Handa Premiership Grand Final. Eastern Suburbs against Team Wellington here at QBE Stadium. A very scrappy and nervy start in the first 5 minutes of this ISPS Handa Premiership Grand Final. Elijah Just spots the run of Dominic Waldridge. And the cross was, there was a bit too much height rather than whipping it in, I would say. A lot of space there for McCowell. Wilkins has kept his run going. That's well played by Elijah Just. De Jong's beginning to hit the box, and Elijah Just is there too. McCowell joins it. Oh, lovely ball. Oh, yeah, what a goal. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant from Eastern Suburbs. Goodness me. It was a beautiful pass by Dalton Wilkins, and the finish was just sensational. Parker Price with a decent pass off Elijah Just ball. McCowell wriggling clear. That's a useful looking pass for Andre De Jong, and it's straight into the gloves of Scott Basilay. Oh, that's beautiful from Joel Stevens to get by Dalton Wilkins. Has he got quality on the cross? He draws winners, and that's a good header from Jack Henry Sinclair. Nathaniel Hale-Mariam was just a fraction too late and managed this final. It's a great run by Tim Payne. Elijah Just stealing him behind Darren Clapham. Now De Jong, McCowell. The Lily Whites come to life. Oh, what a goal! That was beautiful. Callum McCowell doubles Eastern Suburbs lead with a goal of the utmost quality.
Oh, that was absolutely stunning from McCowell.
Team Wellington just running into trouble as Mario Illich. Now Callum McCowell taking on this Team Wellington defensive unit of Taylor Shrivers and Alex Pelezovic. Oh, and there it is, the hat-trick for Callum McCowell. That should settle it. Eastern Suburbs 3, Team Wellington 0. And the cup final belongs to Callum McCowell. Unless they can pull one back and try and force the issue. Here's Andy Bevan. Now Nathaniel Hale-Mariam. Can't keep the shot down. Can't test the keeper. Here is another chance for Team Wellington. Good save. Great save by Andy Withers. Great use of the body by Callum McCowell. Oh, he's left Hale-Mariam behind, and plays opened up for Elijah Just. Is this number 4? And good solid defending from Alex Pelezovic, but Team Wellington being torn asunder. Oh, and that's a heavy challenge from Angus Kokoli. Play continues. Team Wellington have the numbers. They must surely score. No, that's a great tackle by Nando Peinecker. But Angus Kokoli should have done a lot better there. He had options too. Holland's little give and go was read by Tim Payne. Now takes off on his own. He may as well go himself. De Jong and McCowell are there too. Oh, and he shrugged off Taylor Shrivers. Picks out De Jong. Oh, and it's over the top. Eastern Suburbs again start to explore possibilities on the counter-attack. Numbers pouring forward in white shirts. De Jong is one. Howard is the other. Parker Price and Bill to there, but McCowell didn't need him. Howard right at the target. Bravely and with resilience. Oh, and Kilcoy! Brilliant save by Andy Withers. That was breathtaking. Hale-Mariam thought about the shot. Picks out Sinclair. Now Angus Kilcoy, and oh, another great save. Andy Withers, unbeatable. It's all over. Eastern Suburbs are the ISPS Handa Premiership champions for 2018 and 19. They've ended a 48-year wait for another National League title. And Callum McCowell, with a hat-trick, has guided them home. History made for the Lily Whites. Eastern Suburbs are the National League champions for 2018-19. They have swept aside Team Wellington 3-0 today. They were too good. And Callum McCowart has written his name into history as well.
And Callum, you've been given a hat-trick. There were 2 deflections in that. Tell us how you feel.
Yeah, not really bothered about the hat-trick, but just happy for the club, you know, happy for the fans. Everyone's, you know, they came out in numbers today and they really pushed us through the hard time, so I just want to thank them and, yeah, just happy.
Happy is a great word to sum it up. Now, you did get the hat-trick, but there was one strike in particular that was absolutely breathtaking. Can you talk us through your second goal?
Yeah, so I practice a lot in training, and if the space opens up, I'm not going to be shy to, you know, step in and hit it. So, you know, it's a pretty common strike around the world, and, you know, it's space opened up. I saw the top corner and I just curled it in. It's just, you know, lucky they're winning, and yeah, just helped us to a good win.
Now, you scored in last year's final as well, but this has got to be sweeter given that you got the hat-trick, and today you helped Eastern Suburbs get their second ever league title, the last one back in 1971.
Yeah, it's been a long time for the club. Just overjoyed, just happy for the boys. We put in this work throughout the season for a reason, you know, and we want to perform in the big games, and we found it tough last week, and we just used it as motivation and wanted to push through and, you know, get the title. So we're happy, yeah.
Danny, just talk us through that.
Oh, look, I think it's actually a big day for youth development in this country, with the age of our players being so young. I think we started with, I think it was 7 19-year-olds, and somebody like Campbell Strong coming on as a 16-year-old. I think it's, I think as a fan of the game in this country, I think, you know, not only myself, but hopefully people out there have seen that we've got some really good quality youngsters coming through, and that the future's bright if we look after them.
Clearly is. Now, the highlight of your Eastern Suburbs team so far this season has been the attacking threat up front in De Jong, Just, and McCowart today in particular. But we also saw the other side of the coin in a very balanced display, particularly the defensive effort of Owen Parker-Price, Dominic Woolridge and Harry Edge today. Is that something that you are happy with, being a former centre-back?
Of course, as an ex-defender, look, we take real pride in the fact that we had the best defensive record this year. As much as we want to play attacking, entertaining football, you know, what we do at the other end of the park is just as important. And I thought the 2 8s, as you mentioned, Owen and Dom, were outstanding. And they needed to be, because Team Wellington, you know, that's a real strength of theirs through the middle of the park and trying to limit the influence that Andy Bevan had in the game. And I think that was a real telling factor for us.
Now, it was touched on during the week that you hadn't won in the regular season against Team Wellington. Was there anything that you changed today in order to correct that?
Yeah, look, I think we just changed the way we set up defensively a little bit. So we dropped off and didn't press quite as high. Gave their 3 centre-backs opportunity to have a bit of time on the ball and try and break us down. And we thought there was going to be a plan that would potentially upset them a little bit, and thankfully it did. But just the work ethic from the players, and it's not just today, the way they turn up to training each morning, and we've got them in, you know, four times a week in the morning. It's been outstanding. They've been a really good group to work with, and like I said earlier, I think there's some really exciting prospects.